welcome to another, unfortunately, late episode of the Freeway Dance. I am MakonCrayley, here with Ryan.
Currently going through an existential crisis.
I mean, as you always are. And Ali.
Hey, and I'll take the blame for this one. I had a lot of medical stuff going on.
Nobody's tracking the release schedule of this show.
I mean, barely anyone's even watching this episode of the show, so... but to really hammer home how late we are, John Cena turned heel like an hour ago, so...
Yeah, it's currently 5:30 a.m. for me, so
it is.
It's nice.
It's 3:33 p.m. Triple freeze. Let's go.
It is 10:33 p.m. for me. That's why we're the three-way dance, by the way.
Yeah.
We are in complete triangle of the globe.
Which makes scheduling shit so fucking hard. Holy shit. But you know what's not hard? TNA Turning Point 2009. Because that's what we're watching today.
That was a very weird segue.
That was a very weird segue.
Look, I'm trying my best here.
Okay, I'm gonna ask. So this was a show that I recommended, or that I put on for us to watch. I'm gonna say first off, what are both of your thoughts on this show?
I enjoyed it for the most part. Like, okay, so I was like a big, like, late 2009 TNA guy. Like, I fucking...
Naturally.
I loved this goddamn shit. Like, this is probably my favorite company at the time because WWE was kind of dope shit. But, like, yeah, like, they were just firing off on all cylinders at this point. I don't think I actually watched this live. Like, I don't think I'd figured out, like, online live streaming yet. So, I like, soon, though. Soon I'd finally figure it out. But, like, at this time, like, yeah, like, I don't think I watched it, and I kind of regret that because the main event of this show is incredible, and, like, the rest of the show is super fun.
Ali, thoughts?
I think I had seen this show before, but I'm not 100% certain. I definitely hadn't seen it after, the time period that it happened, but, like, I vaguely remember watching some stuff like Angle versus... Desmond Wolfe and so on, but I don't have a full recollection of the show. I was definitely watching TNA around this period and before this, but I wouldn't say I was a every week viewer. Just when it was on TV, I used to watch it. And as a show, I thought it was quite good. Although I want to clarify: was this a pay-per-view or was it a weekly show? Because it feels like a pay-per-view, but they were having ad breaks.
This was a pay-per-view.
Yeah, because I didn't doing. I'm sorry, yeah, they didn't stop like doing like proper pay-per-views until like 2014, 2015.
No, I understand that, but I mean, they kept. There were several times where it kind of faded as it was going to an ad break, and then just continued.
Oh no, I think that's just YouTube.
Yeah, like I didn't watch on YouTube, but it's same thing happened with me. But I don't have an answer for you.
Okay.
As for me, when I talk about existential crisis, if you've ever watched one of your favorite movies from when you were a kid or played a video game you remember loving when you were a teenager, when you're in your 30s, and you're just like, this is what I thought was... Like, I don't know if I've been spoiled by AEW and the NXT takeovers before that, where every match is a banger and it's just phenomenal. But I remember at the time, this was one of the greatest pay-per-views. And I'm realizing now, in the year of our Lord 2025, that once you get past a decade ago, if you had like 2 good matches, a pay-per-view was called an all-timer. That's how spoiled we are today.
That's basically it, yeah. Like, because the middle of
this was not a bad show. I want to make that clear. Yeah. This was not a bad show.
Yeah.
But the middle of this card is like kind of a bit of a slog, but like overall, it's a good show. But like, it's one of those you have to consider the time period where like there wasn't a lot like really going on with US like wrestling.
I'm pretty sure at this point in time we're probably some point at the tail end of the John Cena Randy Orton feud of
Yes.
2009 specifically.
It's like just ended, and like they're about to do the same as like.
This is when we're getting the Batista yelling at Rey Mysterio, "I thought you were my friend."
Yeah, I love that.
And if Mac loves it, that tells you what you need to know.
It was a fucking great.
I still have not forgiven you for making me watch that episode of Nitro.
Listen,
You are still on the hook.
I will make it up to you.
That sounds more like a threat.
Hey.
Which will lead to the threat of Hulk Hogan on the horizon for TNA at this point in time.
No! Fuck Hulk Hogan! He fucking ruined wrestling! He ruined TNA!
I actually give more credit of that to Eric Bischoff.
No. I mean, fuck Eric Bischoff as well. But like, no, fuck.
Okay.
Okay, here's my fucking problem. Like at this exact time in like when this like pay-per-view happened, like roughly anyway, like Hulk Hogan was doing a tour of Australia. It's the last show that fucking Umaga was on before he died, like I think a month later. And then and then when Hogan came to TNA, fucking TNA was actually meant to come to Australia to do a fucking tour. And I was going to go to that. And I had like really good seats too. And guess what fucking got cancelled pretty much the second Hogan got here? That fucking tour! Fuck Hulk Hogan! I wanted to see AJ Styles!
Did you ever get to see AJ Styles?
Yeah, I did, yeah. He fought I think he fought Samoa Joe like for the title and at Super Showdown.
He did.
Yeah. He also ran in to fucking beat up LA Knight like last year.
I mean, that's basically TNA, right?
Yeah, basically.
Anywho. Well, no, it wasn't, because what happened in TNA, what TNA has is the Impact Zone. And that's what I just wanted to open with is it was not a huge venue, but it was just such an iconic venue. I mean, I have no idea. Like, I don't know where. Are they still in the Impact Zone now?
That's a good question. I think they are, but it's
just the look now. The look at this show is iconic. It's packed. Yeah. It like something that people seems counterintuitive. Honestly, as long as it's a packed show, the smaller the venue, the better.
Yeah, true.
I will take a filled to the brim American Legion Hall or bar or armory or high school gym over the largest stadiums in the world.
Yeah. Okay, so I just recently realized that stadiums aren't fucking shit because I went to AEW Grand Slam like I think a week or two ago. Yeah, like 2 weeks ago, and like fucking an indoor arena, especially of that size with like air conditioning, is like the fucking greatest shit ever. Like holy shit.
So we're opening, and we got a package. We're hyping up all the matches that are coming. We're hyping up Hulk Hogan coming. Mac has already given his thoughts on that. We're opening with the X Division Championship.
Yeah, Amazing Red and Homicide.
And I have 2 pre-match notes to say about this. One is I remember Amazing Red winning the X Division title. He won it against Samoa Joe. It happened after Bobby Lashley interfered.
Wait, did he? Wait,
really?
was Joe champion?
Samoa Joe was champion because this was part of the Main Event Mafia story where they had all the belts.
Oh, you're right.
Oh
my god, I completely forgot about that. Wow.
The circumstances were weird because Lashley came out when Joe had Red knocked out, and the ref was like saying, "Hey, don't do anything." And Joe said, No, let's bring him in here. And so the ref said, "Okay," and let Bobby Lashley come in the ring and fight Joe. while the match was going on.
Relax, rules, brother.
But here's the
consents.
thing. If I had a nickel for every time Bobby Lashley interfered in a mid-card title match, costing a monstrous Samoan a match against a smaller guy, I would have 2 nickels.
When was the second time?
This was the second time.
This was the second time.
Oh, wait, what? Wait, when was the first time?
Do you remember
no, now I remember.
But the difference is, and here's the thing, here is the difference, and this is me bringing it back to this. The difference is Lashley attacked Umaga and then picked up Santino and threw him on top of Umaga and held him down for the pin. Here, he hit Joe with a move or two, and he walked away, and Red took advantage and hit his own finishers. Now, I have no idea what the first thing was. It was like a 720 moonsault senton, followed by a running shooting star press, which in 2009 was unheard of. The point is, letting Amazing Red hit his own finish to win the title, even if it's because Lashley interfered, it makes so much difference, and it makes you believe in Red as a Next Division champion. The second point, which is much more straightforward and applies to all the matches in this card, is I appreciate TNA doing these X factors or these bullet lists before every match. Like, sometimes they're going to do video packages, but otherwise it's like, hey, here is a bullet list of the details behind this match. In this case, Amazing Red's on an amazing roll. Homicide won a non-title match, and Homicide believes that since he beat Amazing Red, he earned this shot. And so we're coming in. Homicide, who was the X Division champion that Samoa Joe beat, so he was recently X Division champion. And then we have Amazing Red coming out with, and I thought this was weird. Not his manager, his promoter.
It's like in boxing.
I know.
Eddie Hearn and all that. Match day promotions, so on.
But also, like, I'm pretty sure this is after his weird, random heel turn, and then he left commentary, and then he's back. And honestly, like, I opened this dialogue by complaining, but the fact of the matter is, the reason he's out here accompanying Amazing Red to the ring is because he was always a massive Amazing Red mark, and so I'm just happy with that. That's just nice.
Yeah. I also wanted to comment, Amazing Red's attire looks like he's straight come out of Dragon Gate.
I mean, hair too.
Very important, I guess. Also, when I saw Amazing Red was on the card, he looked a bit different than what I was expecting, because I thought he would have like the headband and all that, but I guess he dissed that by now, I guess.
Yeah, I remember the headband from like 2003. You know what's the craziest thing at the start of this match? The craziest thing at the start of this match to me was the point when Red hits just a running crossbody. Yeah, so technically at this point, Homicide was X Division champion 2 champions ago. So I believe that was the only time he was X Division champion too, because obviously the rest of his time he was focused around tag teaming with Hernandez.
That's actually pretty crazy, because like Homicide's really fucking good. So like you'd think they'd want him to like be champion more.
Well, yeah, but again, like remember, like most of this he was with Hernandez as part of LAX. True. And I don't think he was with the company for much longer after this, because I remember like he eventually wound up back in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, true. Like, yeah, there's shift coming where like a bunch of guys fucking leave.
So I'm gonna say this in a way that's going to sound insulting, and maybe it is, but this is probably Homicide's best match to effort ratio, in the sense that he does very little in this match, and it's mostly letting Red run and flip around him, and that's not bad. It's just funny to me.
Yeah, I kind of also noticed that where Homicide, the match is overall it's pretty decent, right? It's not bad. It's decent, and
Yeah.
Homicide he's a good wrestler, but like, he didn't do anything. But it was enough
Yeah.
that the match is still good.
Well, that's the thing. He like with wrestlers like Red, like as long as if you are a good enough base for someone like Red to just bounce off of, like sometimes that's all you need. I also do enjoy the spot where Homicide was mad that the ref didn't call for the bell, and so he held up his fist threatening to punch him, at which point the ref turned and said, "You want me to DQ you? I will."
Yeah, Homicide that threatened the ref multiple times.
Yeah. It's the one thing I like about this match is like there's a lot of like 2.9 falls like in this match, and like they are so fucking good at like getting that like spot on.
Red is just like he's the kind of guy that I want like to. I wish he got more of a platform than he had in his career.
Yeah, like
He,
because he was like insanely good. Like it's
Well,
weird
it's
that like yeah, he
basically
just didn't get
what
more.
it comes down to is he was never going to be the kind of guy that got big in WWE, and the time period that Red got big, there were no other platforms than WWE for him to get his flowers.
Basically, yeah. Because like the indies were like still like what 5-6 years away from like like becoming like wider known.
And, like people knew about it, but like it's just
Oh yeah,
and even then, like even at this point, is this prime Amazing Red? I'm actually asking. I don't
eh,
like
like roughly.
like
Like I
I
think
remember
like
seeing his stuff. I remember seeing him in Styles in 2003. Like
yeah, I thought Prime would be a little few years before this. I would guess, but
like how old was
not
he at this
yeah,
point?
I have no idea. I do want to make special mention of the Randy Orton "Eat Your Heart Out" spot,
Oh yeah.
where
Wait, he did like a super fucking headlock.
no, where Homicide Amazing Red does a moonsault and Homicide catches it in a cutter,
Oh yes, yes. I fucking love that shit. Like
which is a spot that Orton would recreate with Chad Gable like 10 years after this.
true.
But I mean, this is me being like to give you a glimpse into the mind of Ryan the Mark from 2009. I was like 18 at the time. I was disappointed in the finish of this match because purely because after all the shit he did to beat Samoa Joe for the title, like the Code Red just felt so anticlimactic compared to it.
I mean, in
yeah,
fairness, it was a really
maybe.
cool fucking code red.
But
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it
Also,
is a
like,
kind of a thing where we look back, but
oh
it
yeah,
doesn't. Considering what people do these days, like it's such a similar looking move as a Canadian Destroyer. Actually, even then, obviously that was being done back then as well. But
Yeah, I mean,
it,
Canadian Destroyer was like a little fucking death move at this time still.
oh yeah.
but I mean,
Um,
the Code Red felt a little bit flat.
I mean, fair.
yeah, that or I mean, he also would win matches with the Red Eye, which was the diving reverse STO. Also, I did just check the move that I was hyping up. It wasn't a 720. It was the move is called the Infrared, and it is listed as a 540 corkscrew senton bomb. So it was like you know how the spiral tap is a swanton with 360 thrown in.
Yeah.
The Infrared is that, but it's like the Phoenix Splash version where you're already starting facing behind.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's nuts.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. At the time, it was, and I mean the Code Red is cool. It's fine. I feel like this is around the time that freaking Trevor Murdoch was doing his own version.
Yes! Oh my. Yeah, the fucking
Yeah, but he like very slowly like hooked his legs around or something
And
like that, right?
weirdly, the fact that he did it slowly made it more intriguing.
actually,
Yeah, kind
wow.
of.
Like, yeah, no, that's actually a good point.
But anyway, we got we got some talking about Hulk Hogan coming, blah blah blah. This is going to be the net. Blah. Yeah. Blah. So the other day, I was talking to a couple of our friends about things that were progressive or seemed progressive at the time, but looking back, it just does not hold up to the same standards. And I can't believe at the time I did not think of the TNA knockout division of the 2000s, where
Yeah,
at the
like
time, compared to the WWE Divas division,
night and day.
but I mean, I don't mean to kick someone like there's no satisfaction of pointing this out, but Lacey Von Erich does not belong in a wrestling promotion, or did not.
Yeah, no, she stunk. She did stink.
And the crowd knew that too.
Lacey Von
Yes.
Bots.
Oh my god, like it was so satisfying, like in the 2000s and even the 2010s, but like you can't wrestle chants are just so cringe to me now.
I mean,
I kind of
Whether
love
it's
it
true
though.
or not,
they're kind of rare actually now.
well, yeah, but I mean, like going back, but also just watching this beautiful, like that's the thing. Like, hey, the knockout division; these women are empowered and they're to be taken seriously. And this is the most featured act in the division for years. The beautiful
Yeah,
people.
dude,
Dude, it was actually
super fucking old.
something that was embarrassing if it was on TV. I would like hope that like nobody would come when these guys were on my TV.
Like
Because
the
like
beautiful people are all fucking assed out here, like big ass, like just full asses on display.
I'm pretty
I'm
sure.
surprised though. I'm surprised though
Yep,
actually that Taz doesn't do the let the pigeons
the
loose thing
pigeons.
yet. He does not do
Yep.
that yet.
And now for a bit of trivia to also detail something. Ollie, Mac, 10 points for this one. What does ODB stand for?
One dirty bitch.
yeah.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
I fucking love ODB so fucking much. Goddamn. Like she was genuinely the fucking coolest like ever. Like she didn't care. She just went out there. I mean, she was also pretty decent in the ring too. Like not all time or anything. Like not Mickey James level, but like no, she was fun.
I was never a fan, to be honest.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Like she had a very specific niche that like she caters
Okay,
to.
but on to this match itself. So it is the beautiful people consisting of Madison Rayne, Velvet Sky, and Lacey Von Erich
Yep.
versus the TNA Women's Knockout or TNA Knockout Tag Team Champions and Sarita and Taylor Wilde
Reader and Taylor Wilde.
and the TNA Knockout Champion ODB, where all the titles are on the line, but only the ones that you pin. So, for example, if Madison Rayne were to pin ODB, Madison Rayne would become the TNA Knockouts champion.
Yeah,
My question is,
it's triple header rules.
my question is, what happens if one of them pins Sarita or Taylor Wilde?
Then Taylor Wilde gets a new fucking partner, baby.
Well, no. I believe the beautiful people would get the tag titles, but which of the two?
Free bird.
Yeah, like it's fucking Taylor Wilde's gonna take fucking Lacey Von Erich to Sunglasses Hut. Kind of fucking work together.
Look, this match was like, you know what? Here's the thing. Like, here's what in 2009, this is considered a top tier women's wrestling match.
That's not
In
true.
North America. In North America.
That's later.
In North
That's
America.
later
That's
on
not
the
true.
show.
That's still not true. Yeah, exactly.
Like, I mean, look,
This is-
I like ODB. Like,
Look,
I like
this
Greg
is
Hansen a lot
what
for
I'm
the most
saying
part.
is this is better than like Jillian Hall versus Molina.
That's
Yeah.
yes, but that's not a high tier match even in WWE.
I mean, look, fucking,
in
we already
2009?
had. Look, we're past like Awesome Kong being the fucking champion, like, and then a visit kind of goes downhill for like a bit after this, but like, actually, the division doesn't really get better until like the late fucking, and not even late, like sort of mid late 2010s when you have fucking Rosemary, you have goddamn oh, what was her name? Like Tiffany. What was the TNA name?
Daphne?
No, not Daphne. I love Daphne first of all, but like no, I mean the woman who was like ECW like GM. She went to TNA and then became super fucking good. She was like in the dollhouse. I forget a ring name like in TNA.
This might have been after I fell out with.
It would have been, yeah, probably.
I don't have space in my head for
like,
stupid knowledge like this. So
Well, the point is,
but
the
she was
point
really
is this,
good. She had a great match with Gail Kim.
Gil Kim was good.
this match.
Yeah.
This match was not great. ODB wins after I don't know what she called it, but her Samoan drop.
Wait, the Samoan drop, yeah. Actually, oh god, that finish is super fucked. It like genuinely just comes out of nowhere. Actually, I was
Also,
it was a TK.
Also, one of the beautiful people did an octopus stretch like Antonio Inoki.
But then also bit the hand. And let's not act like it was. And I'm watching that, and I'm like, I know why you're doing this move.
Yeah,
I know what's going on. I was thinking so it would show her ass to the camera.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course.
But I don't think they showed it though.
Look, all I need to know is when the fuck are the pigeons being set loose? Like, when the fuck does that start happening?
I don't know, but here's what I do know: the ODB retains. Everyone keeps their titles. Beautiful people, blah. I feel like at this time, Angelina Love was like had visa issues, and that's why she left the group.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I swear she was the main one, and I was like, I don't remember Lacey and Eric.
She is, yeah. And then, like, sort of Madison Rain becomes the main one, like, once he comes in.
Which is funny because Madison Rain's introduction was as, like, a pledge because they were, like, a sorority. And I don't know.
Yeah, Phi Delta Slam or whatever the fuck.
Okay. So, to give the listeners, if they're listening to this after the fact, an idea of a time capsule of what's going on in pro wrestling right now, other than Cena just turning heel like 2 hours ago. Ricky Starks just left for NXT, is now Ricky Saints. Layla Hirsch has recently left AEW. The point is, wrestling Twitter, and I don't care if it's called X, the community will always be called wrestling Twitter, has been throwing the word fumble around a lot. Tony Khan fumbled this. Triple H fumbled Ricochet and Swerve and Tony Storm. Like, a lot of fumbling. And, like, unless you're talking the levels of TNA fumbling Desmond, Nigel McGuinness, Wolf, just shut up about fumbling. Because I will never forgive TNA for this.
This fucking company had literal fucking gold on their hands. And what did they do? They fucking turned him into a wolf man.
I don't understand because they brought him in as a huge deal. Okay, they changed his name, they made him cut his hair, whatever, not that big of a deal. But they bring him in, immediately fighting Kurt Angle. That's huge.
That's huge.
And then I don't remember him doing anything after that.
Like,
what did they do?
He becomes a
I will tell you what he did.
Like, after
I will tell you what he did.
Comes in.
What he did was he was teased as part of the new 4 horsemen that Ric Flair was forming.
Oh,
there is a
44.
Yes, there was a 44. Image.
Which had 5 members.
They had like 6.
6, 7, 8, 20 members.
Well, that's the thing. They weren't. They were just fortune. But no, there was an image of him. It was like a. It was like a. Okay, I found it. An image of Desmond Wolfe, Beer Money, and AJ Styles all doing the 4 symbol, and then he was never actually part of the group.
Wasn't he? Wait, who was in the group then, other than like those 3?
Doug Williams and Rob Terry.
Excuse me.
Actually,
Are
you know what?
Are
You know what?
talking,
You know what?
Are you talking about
No,
high-flying legend Rob Terry right now?
Actually, you know what? I actually don't think I am, because I think I may have misspoke. It was actually Doug Williams and Matt Morgan is who I was thinking of.
That's way less fun. That's way less cool.
The goat, Rob Terry.
We high flying legend Rob Terry. I love it. Fucking, you also have to mention the TNA.
Oh wait, no, Rob Terry was a member.
Oh hell yeah, let's
go!
Fucking 690 Phoenix splash all over the place, baby.
I have the full roster here: Ric Flair, AJ Styles, Kazarian, James Storm, Bobby Roode, Douglas Williams, Matt Morgan, Rob Terry, and Christopher Daniels at the very end.
That's fucking awesome for a group named fucking Fortune, spelled Fortune.
No, it wasn't. No, you think it was?
Wait, was it not?
It was just
no.
spelled normally. It was spelled normally.
What?
It was spelled normally.
I could have sworn it was spelled Fortune with a 4.
It might have been initially, but then I think they changed it. Probably they just had to change it for copyright reasons.
I mean, they also probably realized that, oh, wait, there's more than fucking 4 members in this group. Yeah, we should probably not...
I don't think they cared.
But
I mean,
sorry, yeah.
It eventually didn't mean anything anyway, because eventually it just became part of Immortal anyway, and then it wasn't.
And then like I think AJ turned face after that.
It's a whole thing. The point is...
Oh, so you have to mention, sorry, the TNA world title like voting system, which everyone kept voting for fucking Desmond Wolfe, and like they gave him one title match, which was a squash match, and then just they did their fucking best to ignore Wolfe.
Yep, I believe the end result was his final moments in TNA were tagging with Brutus or Magnus, later known as Nick Aldis.
Magnus, yeah, that was his name.
On Explosion, which,
wow.
for those that don't know, is TNA's like main event.
Yeah,
Velocity.
And then he retired for like a decade.
Okay, so anyway, this was all brought up because Desmond Wolfe cutting a promo with Jeremy Borash backstage. Look, I'm not going to give you the line by lines. He does a couple of Wolf puns. He's going to beat Kurt Angle. I will make one note. He makes a special point that he knows everything about Kurt Angle. He has watched all of Kurt Angle wrestling. He knows everything about Kurt Angle. And I want you to remember that, because that actually does come into play later, and I like that. But we're going to move on to some less amazing... You know what? I was going to make a joke about less amazing British wrestlers, but I fucking love Doug Williams. So
he's pretty good.
Yeah, I like Williams.
So we got the British Invasion with the titles, and I'm sorry, I have to derail this again, because we need to talk about how they got these titles.
Oh, yeah, yep, go ahead.
Because originally, so once upon a time, Team 3D, aka the Dudley Boys, won the IWGP Tag Team titles at Wrestle Kingdom.
Correct.
Who did they beat?
Was it Tenzan and someone else? Oh, was it Machine Gun? Actually, no, was it Tensai? Giant Bernard. 2009. That's Kingdom 3. This show is it is tag team. Makabe and Yano.
Yep.
Oh, what a
And
team.
I know that in the long run they eventually lose it to Naito and Yujiro,
Yes.
but that's neither here nor there. The point is, in the middle of that, there is a tag title match. They are defending because New Japan would let TNA have title matches on the show. Hype their belts up. There was the hilariousness of the Motor City Machine Guns defending the IWGP Junior Tag titles against LAX,
Yeah,
which meant
LAX.
Hernandez.
Look, it's a total combined mate, you see.
The point is, Team 3D was having a tables match against the British Invasion. And you know what? We're all just sitting here like, okay, this will be fun. I mean, Team 3D is going to retain because, like, British Invasion can't win the IWGP tag titles. And then they did. And everyone said, oh, wow, I guess New Japan gave the go-ahead, gave the thumbs up. And then it turns out they didn't.
TNA just read a bit.
Mhm.
Look, belts are props, bro.
Don't even start. So this all culminated at the last pay-per-view for this, Bound for Glory. It was Full Metal Mayhem, which is TNA's version of a TLC match. It was the British Invasion and the main event Mafia of Booker T and Scott Steiner,
Yep.
who were the TNA tag champs. It was a double title ladder match with Team 3D and beer money. And in this, it was basically a way to put the IWGP titles back on Team 3D and then give the British Invasion the TNA tag titles.
Yeah.
So basically, TNA just like lol TNA is a meme for a reason.
Yeah, like this was just one of the fucking nails in the coffin of their goddamn partnership with New Japan.
Yep. But you know what's a good partnership? Beer.
Money. Are you a fan of the Boozer Cruiser?
Of course. I want that.
It's fucking awesome. It's such a fucking cool gimmick.
It was.
And also,
You know what's the funny thing? Yeah, the Motor City Machine Guns. Here's the funny thing about the Motor City Machine Guns pose. Is their whole thing is they point to their palms because they're pointing to the Detroit. But everyone who does that has no idea where Detroit is.
It's right there. It's right there in the palm. It's the palm of the hand.
Except then they immediately cut to someone in the crowd. He's pointing like up by their fingers.
I mean, look, maybe that guy from fucking Michigan. Or like Kansas.
I don't know why it's such a British thing for their signature pose to just be gentlemen shaking hands. But here comes the British Invasion.
Yeah, the British Invasion.
Do Americans not shake hands?
That's the thing. Americans do shake hands. So why is it like such a British thing that's their thing when they're that's their entrance? Their entrance is them shaking hands.
I mean, look, they're just really good friends.
But yes, the British Invasion, who, if you don't recall, is also part of the faction World Elite.
Yes, led by Eric Young, who comes into play later in this match.
I believe the World Elite also included the likes of Sheikh Abdul Bashir, aka Davari.
Yep, who was fucking gone in like a week.
And I want to say Kiyoshi?
I don't remember who the fuck that is.
Kiyoshi?
Is that fucking... Wait, who is Kiyoshi again?
Talk about this match and I'll find out.
Okay, so I mean, this is a very good match. Like
it's one of those matches where only two guys are in the ring, and you can tag people from a different team, which is a weird thing. It's weird.
I mean, there are like some good like spots, like when they're double teaming Brez and Basin. That's what like my favorite spot of the match is when they hang like Doug Williams into the tree of Joey Lawrence. Beer Money whips Magnus like into him. Like they tag in Motion Machine Guns, who then do a fucking. It's the nutsack spot into the turnbuckle, but they do it into Williams's face. Like it's Taz goes yam bag into the
they
mouth
go
area.
Nutsacks to face. Is that what you just
Nutsacks
said?
to face. Yes.
Oh.
Nutsacks to Williams' face.
Okay,
That was a fun spot.
so Kiyoshi also goes by Sushi, Akira Raijin, Akira Kawabata, and
I thought you
Kaminari.
were about to say Akira Kawabunga. Give him the
But
fucking
also-
38 gimmick.
But also relevant is he was one of the 28 people who also wrestled as Suicide.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's it. That's how
That
I
makes
know that
sense.
name.
That makes sense. But yeah, like this is like sort of a nothing match, like for the most part. I mean, like there's fun spots in it, but like
It's fine enough.
yeah, like
Yeah, it's
at
okay.
least until you get to the end where like the machine guns die, and then like for 2 minutes later we get the finish. I don't know why machine guns died like so fucking hard, but Eric Young comes out, distracts James Storm.
TNA Global Champion Eric Young.
Yes, true. Is it actually the global champion at this point, or like is it still the Legends title?
I don't know. It was at some point here. I feel like it would be something he'd do as soon as he named it, but
Probably.
just a reminder. Do you remember the stipulations of the Global Championship?
It had. Oh god, what was it? No,
You were close. Eric Young refused to defend it in America or against an American.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, like he comes out to distract Storm. Storm follows him up the ramp. Then Kevin Nash is behind Eric Young. He takes the fucking belt. He G's up to hit like Young, and then he hits Storm instead.
Yep. Kevin Nash, the man that Young won the formerly Legends, presently Global title from at Bound for Glory in a triple threat.
Now, Ryan, who did
three-way.
Nash beat the title for?
Mick Foley.
Yes. Yes, he did.
Who won it from Kevin Nash, who won it from AJ Styles, who won it from Booker T, who invented it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, true. That
Like,
is the lineage.
Here's
at
the
this
thing.
point.
We talk a lot about how like BS it was, like how much the FTW title was in AEW, but the Legends / Global / Television / King of the Mountain title was originally a vanity title as well.
It was, and like I would say it was a good title. Like it was a good looking belt. Like it worked for Booker at the time. And then fucking it just becomes nothing. Like after 2009, like it goes down like AJ for a bit, like Williams, fucking, and then like a Biscuit, and like hold it for like a million years and never defends it.
And I think and eventually it just gets discontinued.
It does, yeah. And then it gets booked. I'm also fucking D-Bone holds it for a time.
Similar to what happened.
Oh
yeah. Similar to what happens with the Knockout Tag titles, honestly.
Yeah.
And do you remember the tag team that held the titles for like 2 years before they were just discontinued?
The Knockouts? Like, it was ODB and it was ODB and Eric Young.
It was.
What? Oh yeah.
Like, also, I'm pretty sure after like they vacated the titles, like is when fucking Eric Young won the world title.
Yeah.
Like, so he immediately goes from comedy being knockout champion to like literal fucking world champion in like the span of like a few weeks, I think.
So after the match, Kevin Nash is backstage, and he's just talking a bunch of cryptic bullshit.
He also fucking super gets JB by saying he asks JB like whether he kisses his mother with his mouth. JB says no, and Kevin Nash goes, "Well, I kiss your mother with this mouth."
Yeah,
so
basically he's just sitting here going, "Hey, I'll tell you if Hogan tells me." So we're going to tell me? Yeah, Hogan. If Hogan tells me, then I'll tell. But Hogan has to tell me to tell you to tell. So you tell Hogan. He has to tell me to tell you.
Like I'll tell the world if Hogan tells me to. Like, does this go anywhere?
Look, it's all very confusing, and it eventually turns into the whole like forming the band and
yeah, which Eric Young also fucking joins.
Okay, so now we got Awesome Kong, we got Tara, and we have 6 Sides of Steel.
Yeah, like this is a good match.
It was. I mean,
okay, so the hype package for this fucking match is goddamn insane. Like, goes way harder than it fucking should. Like, I miss the TNA voice announcer dude. Like, rest in peace.
TNA. I can't do the voice. I don't do voices.
Like, that dude's like probably one of the greatest like of all time. Like, the fact that TNA got him is like one of their biggest fucking coups like ever.
But yeah, so we got 6 Sides of Steel.
Broken.
Yes.
I fucking love Tara's theme. Tara also has like a really fucking cool like anti-Kong shirt that like I kind of want. But yeah,
okay.
Like
there's
Kong
some interesting
has a build weight.
But there was again, this is one of those spoiled by AEW, but I just don't like cage matches where you can win by escaping.
I mean, yeah.
Let's look at some of these highlights. But actually, you say you're a bit first.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I feel like the escape rule can work if it's only like over the top. Like if you go through the door, like nah, fuck that. If it's over the top, then fine. You can work that.
I don't know. I just try to pin them. Don't try to win by running away.
Oh yeah, like pin rules are way fucking better, but
yeah,
you can definitely do something with like over the top rules.
So there is some intelligence on Tara's part of she's standing on top rope, she's holding Kong's hand against the cage, kicking it, ideally to try to stop Kong from climbing. We get a nice electric chair. We get a missile shotgun drop kick from Kong, which was a very nice touch.
Yep. Okay, so I think a bit early in the match you forgot to mention is like Tara baits Kong into doing like the standing bonsai drop, and like she fucking avoids it, and that's when like Kong like tries to do like the spinning back fist, but like he hits the cage. That fucking sequence ruled so much.
But here is the other reason I just don't really like a lot of cage matches as well as like Hell in a Cell matches, because like over the years when WWE would have like 3 or 4 Hell in a Cell matches a year because they had a pay-per-view featuring it, and all the cage matches, like one of the critiques is they didn't use the cage enough. And I'm sitting here like, using the cage is fucking boring to me. Like Kong just pinning Tara against the cage, pressing her boot against it, like that's just not entertaining to me.
You say this, but she did a giant swing thing into the cage, and that was sick.
Oh hell yeah!
It was, but the rest of it I could have done without. Not the suplex. The suplex was great.
Oh, fucking.
But I'm just saying, like the bits of the match where she's just like, I'm just saying the bits of the match where she's like just pressing her against the cage, or like when you're, it's like.
Nah,
Come on.
fair. Like, I don't know. Like, if you could definitely
But
try
there
to
is
do.
a point. But there is the point where Tara will. She goes for the suplex again, but Tara pushes off the cage and flips forward into a DDT.
Oh yeah, fucking hell! I forgot about that. That fucking rules.
Which, unfortunately, is then followed for. Unfortunately for me, is followed by Tara like just carrying Kong across the ring multiple times and just smashing her face into various sides of it. And I'm like, come on.
She needs to do the damage.
Yeah, but you know what's not that damaging is Tara doing a moonsault and then being shocked that it didn't win. A standing moonsault, mind you.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. But she does win with after a fucking power bomb to Kong, and then she goes up and does the fucking Luthez press off the cage to win.
Called as a crossbody. I mean, you know
Yeah,
what that. You know what? Here's the thing: when you're live when you're watching live, it is a lot harder to see in that ring than you think it is.
Yeah,
Like it
I
is a
find it
lot
interesting
harder to
though.
see through that cage.
I don't remember other companies doing this. Maybe I'm wrong, but TNA make this hole for the camera, I
Oh
think,
yeah.
so he can record without looking through the
Oh no,
cage.
what WWE does is they put holes for them to climb up to the top.
Yeah.
But yes, a nice Fez press from the top.
Diving
Big win.
body attack.
Big win for big win for Tara, and then Tara
And
called out ODB.
yes, but what I like is now we're past any title reigns for Kong, single title reigns for Kong at this point.
Yeah, that sucks. I love Kong.
It is, but like it is, and it's one of those things where like if she like she can't be a regular feature and be a monster and not be like a champ, you know.
Champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But then she
but I
was
do
WWE.
appreciate yeah. Well, I do appreciate in this moment that they are still saying this is what it takes to beat Kong.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
like she's still a fucking killer at this time. Like even if she isn't champ, like I wish she was, but like she's fucking just she's the pinnacle of like TNA, like women's wrestling at this point, basically.
It's a real shame that she didn't really do anything in WWE, because if she was actually hyped up when she was coming and everything.
She was, and then she got pregnant, unfortunately. Which, yeah,
So you know what? Things
Unfortunately.
happen.
I mean,
Things happen.
it kind of
Unfortunately.
it is unfortunate because he miscarried.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Mm.
look, more I assume just hyping up Hulk Hogan, just people.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan is coming to TNA, and the company's gonna fucking die soon. The company is coming. We need to warn them.
I mean, the company doesn't die. They literally started their own running
Doesn't
pay-per-view called Hard to Kill.
look? I mean, look, fucking no. TNA does die. TNA dies, but then it comes back to life like last year. Impact Wrestling is what lives for a bit.
Well, after GFW.
Whatever.
Oh yeah, fucking GFW, man.
Okay,
But up next,
so
Rhino and Team 3D versus the Young Guys.
look,
The
I
young guys.
The
like
Young Guys.
people talk about, hey, why does AEW keep signing all these ex-WWE guys and put like this is another one of those you weren't in the trenches. You don't know. And when I say you don't know, I mean you don't know what it was like for TNA fans to genuinely think that Elijah Burke should have been TNA champion.
He should have. Like he was so
This is what I'm
fucking
talking about,
over.
people. This is what
He
I'm
was
talking about, people.
insanely fucking over. He should have won the belt. Like it was the right. It would have been the right call. Like
I mean, no, it wouldn't
like
have.
decent. He was decent in the ring. Like what? Fucking like RVD's like city fucking reign was like better.
Well, no, the answer was keep the title on Styles, of course, obviously.
I mean, of course. I mean, that's
Obviously.
naturally. But like, you know, fucking he's a healer.
So then we
He's
have
fucking
Matt
angry,
Morgan
but-
doing his best Oz cosplay.
Yeah, like he does his best Thunder Lips like in fucking 2 years.
Well, I'm just talking about
And
just that fucking. He comes out in a wizard's robe. There's no other
Yeah.
way to describe that.
True. It's fucking based.
And
but he's the
Also,
blueprint.
okay, so they keep calling these guys like, oh, the younger guys, like, oh, Team 3D and Rhino hate the younger guys. Matt Morgan's 33. The Pope is 28, like, which is fair. Hernandez is 36, and not only is he 36, he fucking started wrestling a year after Rhino.
Here's the thing about no, this is what you talk about when you talk about like the weirdness of them hating the younger guys. All three of these men sided with the TNA frontline against the main event mafia.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
Team 3D even had this whole thing where they pretended to join the main event mafia. They wore suits and then they said, "No, screw you. We like these young guys."
Oh
And
my
it turned
god!
into
Holy shit! I didn't even think about that. Like, yeah, no, this angle fucking sucks.
well, I think part of it was they were just like, "Hey, we tried," and then was like, "We don't have enough time in the day to talk about what went wrong with the TNA frontline versus main event mafia story."
Yeah. I mean, like,
Well, we
this
do
angle,
have-
I mean, this angle, like, right here.
But we do have. So I have. What I do want to talk about is I I will take amazing matches all day, every day. Like, but I will also take small moments that I look at and go, that was really good. That was nice.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt about Pope taking a bullet for Hernandez.
Oh, yeah, like, that was cool. Because, like, throughout most of the match, it's like, oh, but can these guys fucking work together? Can they coexist? And, like, it turns out they can. But it doesn't matter because they fucking lose.
Yeah. But to give the audience an idea, so Team 3D is setting up. They're poised. They're ready. They're setting up Hernandez to eat a 3D. Pope sees this and he shoulder blocks Hernandez out of the ring and takes, I guess, I don't remember. Like it's kind of like the other 3D.
Oh yeah, the neck breaker version. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think some video games have it listed as like 3D2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do like that. Like they sort of like sell it like fucking.
He took a bullet.
I mean, not just taking a bullet, but like, okay, did he take a bullet or was there something more to that? But like, no, yeah, he definitely took the bullet.
But like, here's like, I don't know, like, it's just like we just went through the whole bullshit of last episode of the New Blood versus the Millionaires Club. And at least TNA had the good sense to have the younger guys be the baby faces.
True.
But,
I mean, look, you got to build this angle up, brother.
Okay, you know what?
I don't even know if this angle fucking goes anywhere, but still.
Here's the thing. One of the people in this match is Brother Ray, a.k.a. Bubba Ray, a.k.a. Bully Ray.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a lot of bad takes.
He does.
But the one I will never forgive him for is he insisted that Kenny Omega should beat Hangman Page at Full Gear because think of the heat. So
heat.
That's just the kind of shit that happened with this. But yeah.
Yeah, no, this fucking sucks. Rhino pins that youngster Hernandez off a gore after Devon hit him with a steel chair to the tummy.
Yeah, that was a weird swing.
It was like I mean,
I want to take
kinda
one
neat.
special moment that I do enjoy. Hernandez's Superman dive.
Oh yeah, true.
Yes.
That's like the one good thing he
Hernandez,
does.
was he actually good or
Hernandez
not?
was.
Because I feel like he wasn't, but he
No,
was also kind of cool as well.
I go
no.
back
I
and
mean,
forth on it. I genuinely couldn't tell you.
he was cool, but like he wasn't good. Like he did like the border toss, which like had like sort of a 50% chance of fucking you up.
Dude,
Because
no,
of
that move
how he
was
did it.
sick.
It was, but he also did it like crazy dangerously.
Yeah, that's why it's
Okay.
cool.
True.
So we talk a lot about TNA recreating WCW storylines.
Oh yeah, Scott Steiner
But
wants to fuck
no,
Bobby
nope, nope,
Lashley's
nope,
wife.
nope, 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 nope. I am not done. Because what I am going to say is, now let's talk about the time TNA recreated the Kurt Angle Booker T feud.
What? What the? Oh! Oh no! No!
Oh yes.
No! Wait a minute. You can't, no!
But
And yeah,
arguably, this is more correct.
because this actually feels true to character for Scott Steiner.
Yeah, no, actually, yeah. Like, Scott Steiner would want to fuck someone else's wife.
Here's the thing. I am still mad at you, Mac, and I will never not be mad. This is
Yes.
an anger that will last for centuries.
Yes.
This feels identical to the promo I had to sit there and watch on the Nitro episode,
Yeah, but
with slightly more wrestling references.
Yeah, I disagree because there was more wrestling and the other one was funnier. The Nitro one was funnier.
Yeah, Nitro one was funny. This one's just like it's just crazy. Like Scott Steiner, I didn't even write this down. Like I literally only wrote Scott Steiner's gonna fuck Bobby Lashley's wife. That's
Like,
that's all there is to it.
now,
I put a fucking full count anywhere, Matt.
I also want to make special note that during this period, so this is about a month after Bound for Glory. As of Bound for Glory, the Main Event Mafia was disbanded.
Yep.
Scott Steiner was still coming out wearing Main Event Mafia gear, insisting that it was still a thing.
I mean, that's kind of base.
Yeah, and also, like, Steiner doing the whole Rick Rude, Crystal's face on his...
Oh, yes! Yeah, the fucking airbrush, yeah. Like, that fucking rules.
I mean...
Like...
Okay, so...
I mean, it works. It works for Steiner, actually. Like, I'm surprised he didn't do this more.
So we got Bobby Lashley, and we got Scott. Now, apparently, if I'm remembering right, this is like similar to the Rock Steve Austin WrestleMania 17 of, I mean, I guess this is Falls Count Anywhere. I don't remember that being announced, but okay.
I mean, basically, was it not? Wait, was it not announced?
I think they said it.
They definitely mentioned.
No, they did say it, but they said like it has been turned into one, and we're apparently going along with it. But also, but there wasn't any sort of like big Vince McMahon reveal or anything. It was just
These
they
two,
added
these two want to fuck each other up so much that like, yeah, we're just gonna make a full count anywhere.
Okay, so whose fault is this? I'm actually going to put some on Lashley instead of Steiner, but this piss poor Frankensteiner.
Look, Scott Steiner's like in his 40s at this point.
I understand that. I am saying I understand that, and I'm still like, by the time Steiner's doing it, Lashley has taken his ass off the top turnbuckle and he's standing on the bottom rope.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I don't know then. But like,
Okay,
I mean,
I-
good on Scott for like actually even doing the fucking move. Like that was fucking crazy.
Yeah, I was very surprised he actually even did it, but yeah.
Yeah, like this was a decent like sort of fucking walk and brawl match. Like it
I mean,
was
it was, but I mean, as you know, as we've talked about many times, I think most notably Big Show versus Kane versus Raven. That's not the kind of match I enjoy, but I
true.
still watched it.
True. Like Steiner does like a bunch of fucking suplexes. Like Lassie does like big fucking moves. They go
Camera work
out
is
to like the parking lot at one point. It takes forever for them to like get cameras on them as they're like going through the crowd and like
Yeah.
going around the back, like past the Smash Announce table.
Why are there so many just random like 2x4s sitting on tables?
You know, in case Hacksaw Jim Duggan shows up, you need to have them fucking ready.
Well, what is the
And then-
purpose of these wooden planks?
I
Okay,
mean, like door stoppers, in case you need to nail something up.
no, the one that Lashley missed a spear and speared himself into. Also,
Oh yeah.
so here's my question. So we know, like, we break kayfabe that, like, yeah, actually hitting a table probably is not as bad as just taking a full bump. How much does that protect you when you're taking the suplex onto a parking lot?
20%.
Hmm.
I
So
don't
anyway, so we get a finish that on paper, I would say, yeah, that sounds like it makes sense. Okay. In practice, it just felt so anticlimactic.
know.
They're
Right?
brawling. Steiner is walking up to the Spanish announce table. He just does like a back mule kick to Lashley's gut, which just floors Lashley, I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
Long enough for Steiner to rip down the banners, rip down the scaffolding of what, and just grab a random metal pipe to just hit Lashley in the head. And that's
Yeah, hits Lashley right in the head.
Yeah,
and gets the pin.
it was a
And
bizarre looking finish, but like I get it. He hit him with a pole, but it still looked weird.
Now here's the thing. Didn't Steiner have a pipe in his fucking promo?
he did. He
Yes,
chucked
he
it, but,
threw
like,
it.
Oh, okay. That explains it.
And okay, I know that, like, next pay-per-view, Lashley gets the win, last man standing, and Crystal. It's just weird. But you know what's even weirder?
What?
What's even weirder is, so after this, Lashley wins a championship series tournament,
Mm-hmm.
never gets a title shot.
Oh yeah, he fucking quits afterwards after Hogan comes in.
Let me tell you what happens. Ollie, do you know what happens to Lashley after this?
I do not recall. He was fighting in Bellator at the time, right? But I don't know what
So
else
here's
it is.
Yeah.
So on the January 4th episode, which is the episode that Bischoff and Hogan debut. So on that episode, Lashley and Crystal turn heel saying they want out of their contract so Lashley can focus on his MMA career. And when he won't get it, he just starts attacking people until he gets what he wants. Like 3 weeks later, apropos of nothing, Lashley shows up and goes to Eric Bischoff and says, "Look, I'm sorry, I lost my temper. I just want to compete." And Eric Bischoff says, "No, you're fired." And that's the last we see of him until he makes his return. Like,
Yeah, so he
years
comes
later.
back as the Code Bobby Lashley.
Who is the Code?
So,
Well, it's the Code.
So-
Back up.
they had a perfectly good right reason. They had a perfectly good angle to write him off if you're going to write him off. But then they were like, "Nah, we need to bring him back and emasculate him."
True. Wow. That's man. That fucking regime sucks even harder.
Yep.
But you know what doesn't suck? Kurt Angle with JB and massive dog tags.
At which point, yeah, I have questions. It's not the point. The point is, ain't the gist of this promo is, yes, you may know everything about me, but guess what? I'm still Kurt Angle.
Basically, yeah.
And now I don't understand. What I don't understand is the face turn in the first place. Because, so he lost his title to,
AJ.
AJ. He then has a match with Matt Morgan at Bound for Glory.
No, I thought it was Sting.
Nope, Sting faced AJ at Bound for Glory for the title.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, right, yeah. Matt Morgan. Huh.
Yeah, Matt Morgan, which Kurt Angle wins. If I remember correctly, he reversed an electric chair into a victory roll.
Okay.
So Kurt Angle beats Matt Morgan, at which point he shakes Morgan's hand and said, you know what? These young guys earned my respect.
Yeah, you motherfuckers, I like you now. Like, you're your men now.
Anyway, so we get Desmond Wolf appearing, and it's a really good debut. And not only that, like, they seem to cut out for some reason. Like, they have, if I remember correctly, they have a match, like, before this. And that's where he gets Angle stretchered out.
Yeah. I mean, they started like the happening of that.
Yeah. So, and it was like a matter of like Angle hit a German suplex, and he's like pumped. He takes the straps down without realizing that Desmond Wolf is already standing behind him. Hits a huge lariat. On the side, I wonder if it's possible for him to hit the Jawbreaker in a 6-sided ring.
It should be like.
Well, why not?
Well, because the whole thing is like in a 4-sided ring, the ropes have more give. It's enough room for him to back up into and like so there's enough room for him to do his whole little leaning thing. But here, there's less room. Like the ropes have much less give.
That's actually a good point. Wow.
Well, like case in point, AJ used to always do his springboard moonsault DDT from the middle of the rope.
Yeah.
There's like no way he could do that in a 4-sided ring.
Right.
He could always, when he went to WWE, he started doing it from the corner.
Right.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. When you said Jawbreaker, I thought you meant the Tower of London.
Oh yeah, no, that's the London Tower of London.
Yeah, Tower of London.
Tower of London, and then the wrist lock is the London Dungeon. Also, we talk about, we say this a lot, but we say this a lot because it's true a lot, and it's true here. TNA Angle GOAT theme.
Absolutely, like fucking GOAT entrance, like just in general, like him coming out of the fucking stage, like
too sick, man.
Incredible.
That's aura.
Also, I didn't mention this like when you were talking about like the fucking arena, like the Impact Zone. Like, I'm not sure how much I like the the two fucking stage thing here, like the double ramp like thing.
I don't think we have
it now. Like, I fucking prefer like you have a ramp at both fucking sides. Like, I love that fucking era.
Yes, like there were two different tunnels coming from opposite ends.
Yeah, and then you have like the camera guy like behind like them as they're going out. Like that shit was fucking incredible.
Yeah, but look, the point is, this was a match. Like, here's the thing: when I say this was a match, usually I'm saying that in a dismissive way. Like, it was a match. No, this was a match.
This was wrestling.
This is wrestling.
This match should have like set Wolf up for fucking life. Like,
now, yes, obviously. Now, I have my issues with the finish in the sense that I wanted Wolf to win.
Oh, of course. Like, I don't mind this finish because like it's so fucking good.
It's sick.
Yeah, it is. I also feel like they could have done this without Angle kicking out of both of his finishers and taking the London Dungeon.
True. Multiple times too.
But man, like even that, like, even my cold, jaded, I get mad when the person I want to win doesn't win heart. This was just like,
It
oh
was
my
perfection.
god.
Like it was an incredible showcase of like what Wolf can do. Like it was like
It
probably
was a
I
good
want to say
showcase of
it's one.
like UK, like European style
Hmm,
grappling. And you know what, Doug Williams has done his share of like showcasing that in TNA too, but
yeah, he has like that exhibition run soon, which is like actually really good.
like like, and you can just see the things that future people would like. I'm not saying they got from him, but like it's just part of like the way he jumps off the middle turnbuckle to run across in
Yeah,
attack angle. Like
Yeah.
that's just
like we need more of that.
like the use of headbutts, but like not to the head.
Hmm.
Like headbutts to the gut, headbutts to the sternum, like that kind of stuff. Like that's just
Well, that's quite
like those
classic, though,
little
actually.
things. That's what I'm saying. Like this classic stuff that Wolf incorporated so seamlessly into his repertoire.
Hmm.
And then we got like what, 6 consecutive Germans from Angle.
Yep, there's a really good shot where like they show like a guy in the crowd like holding up the 6 as Angle was like about to do it, and like that's fucking great.
Now, here's the thing. I have seen 50 people counter the one-winged angel 300 ways, but almost everybody counters the angle slam with an arm drag.
Yes.
I have seen Devon Dudley counter the angle slam with an arm drag.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is the like line for me, but it is. But so it's funny. What's also funny to me is like I understand that in the UK it's the 2 fingers, not the middle finger. But that just makes it funnier to me when he holds the 2 fingers up to the ref, like, what do you mean it was 2?
What do you
I
mean, fuck
mean,
you?
you can, it's context dependent. You can tell.
I
Yeah.
know, but
It's like an Australian saying yeah, nah. Like you can figure out later context. That's the better way to say it.
yeah. But then we get this.
And,
Go on.
I was gonna say like Angle hits like a fucking picks a perfect frog splash at one point.
Well, I was going to say before that,
Yeah.
we get a beautiful angle slam countered from the jawbreaker.
Yes! Oh my god, I had that written down. Yeah, like I fucking love that shit. Also, he Wolf like counters out like the ankle lock like really good too.
To the omoplata.
But Angle also like
Yep.
holds on as well.
Mm-hmm.
They're wrestling around with it like, a lot. It's quite cool.
Yeah. Yeah, then we get the
So-
frog splash, and then yeah.
I'm just like that's the thing. I'm just you just watch it and you're just in awe. And also, props for Wolf for countering the angle slam with a DDT. That I have seen significantly less than the arm drag.
Hell yeah. And then
But
we
yeah,
have
we-
the finish.
Which, like, here's the thing. Wolf has said he has seen all of Angle's matches. He's saying that he knows how to beat him because he knows he has seen every way that Angle has won. He knows everything he's going to do. You guys tell me, have you ever seen Kurt Angle win a match with an arm bar or with like you know what, Ollie,
Side
I think
triangle.
you're the side triangle.
Yeah, I was actually looking. I actually looked at this move a few times. Well, first he goes for the Juji Katami, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
then, well, let me just look at it while I'm talking, so I don't think there's something wrong.
But my point is, have you
so-
ever seen him win a match with that?
No, and
Never.
it's super sick as well. And it's actually funny.
Right.
It plays into a conversation I had a while ago, where I was saying it's kind of funny how back in the day if someone was an amateur wrestler, that automatically made them good at submissions, which it doesn't make any sense
Yeah.
because
No.
freestyle wrestling, Greco-Roman, none of that actually has submissions. But I mean, obviously, the implication is that Angle trained it afterward, right? And it's super
Yeah.
sick because he's actually doing cool stuff,
Yeah.
like
Right.
I mean,
rather
like,
than just
But-
the same
but
ankle
but this is
exhibition that
but
we
this is what
always
I'm
see them do.
yeah, but this is what I'm talking about. Is that's the whole point? Is Desmond's whole deal was I know everything you've done. I've seen everything of you. I know everything about you. So how does Angle win? By doing something he's never done before.
Yep.
now, I
And
mean, okay,
that's
in
why
fairness,
it's brilliant ending.
in fairness, like Angle started like doing way more submissive stuff when he started doing the wrestling machine stuff in ECW. But like he started using like the rear naked choke as a finish.
Yeah, he did the rear naked choke. That's what I only remember the ankle look and the rear naked choke. I don't remember him doing, triangles.
Well, he also did the
and
cross-face
arm
chicken
bars.
wing.
Oh yeah, true.
Oh yeah.
That was a finish for a bit.
Look, all I'm saying is it's never going to beat the first like month of Bryan Danielson in AEW,
Yeah. Yeah.
where
True.
he won like 8 matches with 8 different finishes.
moves. Yeah.
True. Oh my god. Like yeah.
But okay,
Yeah.
you guys know me, and I think if people are following this show long enough, they know me too. That I am a wrestling guy. I'm a match guy. I am here for the wrestling. I'm not here for like the segments or the promos. But my God, this is possibly my favorite pre-match promo in history.
Samoa Joe is just being the coolest motherfucker in the world. Like he
Samoa
is
Joe
just,
saying,
As
look,
he always is.
yeah, Samoa Joe explain. Look, you think I've manipulated the situation? No, I have simply shown the truth between these two. Now, look, would it benefit me if they hated each other too, and so it was the 3 of us instead of 2-on-1? And that's the thing. That shows you one side of Joe, which is the calculating, like cerebral Joe. But then he completely flips a switch and says, it doesn't matter because nobody has sent you both to the hospital more than me. Nobody has hurt you more than me. Let's face it, boys, I've beaten you both within an inch of your lives, and tonight I only need to beat one of you. And that's what I'm going to do.
this dude is
Bro,
the
he's so
fucking
good,
coolest.
man.
Why would they not make this guy like world champion forever? Like, because I want to point out, like, after this show and like into next year, they treat this motherfucker like the biggest fucking geek of all goddamn time.
How far are we from
God.
being kidnapped by ninjas?
Less than a year. Like it's like after Bound to Glory.
Now,
When did he start
here's
the
my
face
pet
paint
peeve.
thing?
That
face
was
paint
before
already
this.
happened. Yeah, he already
Yeah.
had the dick face
Oh.
paint.
Yeah,
that
that
was
was
like the
Main
start of
Event
Nation of
Mafia,
Violence.
Island of Violence. Well, yeah, Nation of Violence. He also had his little serrated machete and all that.
Yeah, but
Here's my pet
him
peeve.
trying to murder Scott Steiner was fucking incredible.
Here's my pet peeve. They hyped this up as the rematch 4 years in the making. This is the 4th time TNA themselves have run this match.
Yeah, like they've literally had
Yeah.
three in the past, and they're all like one each.
Yep. Styles pinned Daniels in the first one.
Yeah,
Joe, I believe submitted Styles in the second one.
Yeah, that's
or
like
pinned him
until,
after
like,
a muscle
2006.
buster. And then Daniels ended up winning the third, which was an Ultimate X.
Yeah, at Destination X.
Now, the storyline between this match is somebody's been attacking AJ behind his back. And cameras have caught enough to say, yeah, it looks like it's a bald motherfucker.
Oh, and who's bald? Who the fuck could be bald here? Maybe Daniels?
Well, I'll tell you this. It was 100% a bald former tag champion partner of AJ Styles.
I can't believe it. It could only mean one thing. It could only mean it's Tyson Tomko.
It was Tyson Tomko. And here's the thing.
And they do nothing with it.
They do nothing with it. They do one match, and here's how not serious. And this is Ryan's freaky memory coming at you guys. This is how not serious a threat Tomko was. Styles beat him with a Pele.
Oh my
Oh,
god, are you
no.
serious?
I am serious.
Holy fuck.
But also, to your point, Ollie, the match graphics, they actually show Joe with the face paint.
Yeah, I
Admittedly,
realized
adjusted
that.
so it no longer looks like a dick.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean,
I
do they
hate that this
though?
is the point in time. I hate that this is the point in time where I hate that this is the point in time when they're just calling him Daniels.
Oh yeah, true. It's not Christopher. When did that start? When did he stop being
Uh
Christopher? Like when he came back
uh
after like the Curry Man dude.
yeah, well when he came back from being suicide.
Oh, okay.
Well, why would you?
Specifically I believe he was brought back by Jeff Jarrett to join Team TNA against the Main Event Mafia for Lethal Lockdown.
Oh, okay. Daniels. This dude was fucking cool. All three men get big match themes, which I fucking love because I love big match themes so goddamn much.
And it's just so great.
Like wrestling needs more big match themes.
Wrestling needs more just background music while they're in the back.
Yeah.
Like that's just like Joe coming up and you can hear like the tribal drums, like that would be opening. And also it's not like you don't have to love it, but like this is just like I enjoy Joe's like rap version of this theme.
Oh, I love this theme actually.
Yeah.
Like fucking
then,
obviously like, you know, the Godzilla style music, like themes are like super goddamn sick and like
Yeah, the altered in obviously in Ring of Honor you had the actual Godzilla. They can't do that on TV, so
Mama said knock
put
you
their
out.
own rip off Godzilla.
Well, I mean, tons of TNA themes were like subtle rip-offs of other songs.
Yeah, but this fucking theme like it's super underrated. Like it's such a fucking good song.
Get ready to fly, though.
Get ready to fly. I am.
It's all so good. This is my like prime marking out because AJ Styles had been my favorite wrestler for so long. And it was great to see him finally get the TNA title because I started watching after his final NWA title reign, which was very short. I also like that Slick Johnson is no longer a character. He's just a ref now.
Yeah. Oh, wait, was he? Oh, right, yeah, he was doing the beautiful people thing, wasn't he?
Well, I just meant like in general, like he as a ref, like was a character. Like he wore like short shorts.
Yeah.
He was like giving like sass to like management. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, the referees should not be fucking doing that.
But you know what everyone should be doing?
Streamers.
Bring back the fucking streamers.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I kind of get why they don't, but like, it's such a fucking cool visual for like main events.
Like, at least do it for Ring of Honor.
Yeah, do it for Ring of Honor. Like, I would even say like do it for like smaller like AEW like arena shows.
But my one here, it's more of a complaint of the story. It's not a complaint of the match. But my complaint of the story is Daniels went immediately flipped the switch to being a heel.
He
like there was supposed to be some conflict here. There's supposed to be no. He's just like fuck it, I'm evil now.
Yeah, like he's letting that fucking the fallen angel back in.
Like the opening of this match is literally just Daniels taking a cheap shot at AJ.
Yeah,
but here's the thing. I have watched the Unbreakable match so many times that I can replay it move for move in my head. So part of my joy of this match is I noticed all the different callbacks. Like, you guys know this already, but there was that one clip of like showing the one sequence that Shingo and Ospreay would do where each match afterwards it added a different element to it. Like,
yep.
That was what some of this match was like. Okay, this is exactly what happened, and they went the other way. and it was just like, but also it's like that's the big picture, but also the little things. Like when I talk about the little things, I mean when Joe grabs AJ's foot from the outside, so AJ stumbles into a reverse STO from Daniels, and it is just the smoothest thing ever.
Yeah,
Well,
these
as smooth
three
as
are
it can
like,
be with AJ like stumbling, but it was like, oh my god, that was the perfect sequence.
like there's so much of fucking that throughout this entire match. Like these three are like, they know each other so fucking well that they're able to do this like fucking effortlessly, and like it's fucking incredible. I love this goddamn shit.
Like I wouldn't trade any time of uh Daniels in AEW, but my soul would have been complete if Daniel somehow made it to WWE and we like one more time, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like he was.
Or if
already
Styles
WWE
went,
before.
or if Styles got to AEW. Either way,
Yeah,
but
fuck yeah.
what the other thing I like about this match that differentiates it from so many three-way matches or fatal four-way is there's not a lot of time where someone like no one's out of the ring for too long, and often at times they're not even out of the ring, they're gonna stay in the ring, they're gonna lay down, but it's never like that's the problem with a lot of these multi-people matches is it usually just devolves into multiple stretches of one-on-one, and there's never a stretch too long of that in this match.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there's
feel
constant
like
like interactions with all three guys happening at the same time. So even if one guy has one guy in another move, and the third guy will come in and he'll do something, and it
Yeah.
just because if you think about it, in a singles match, no one's lying on the floor for that long, right?
Yeah, no.
No.
Like there's one point where fucking Daniels like has like Joe set up for like the reverse DDT, and like he catches AJ and like does the fucking Uranagi into him. Like that's it. Fucking rules.
No, you know what? Well, you know what else rules is Daniels doing the Boston Crab to
Yes!
AJ
I have
while
that written
doing
down
a
too.
Cobra clutch or camel clutch to Samoa Joe.
Yeah, I don't think I've
Like-
ever seen that before.
Like I have seen plenty of instances of two people having one guy in a submission.
And I see like double like submissions to like people too, like the double substitute like Natalia does. But like I've never seen like someone do like two different submissions to like two different people at the same time.
Or Samoa Joe's for lack of a better term, he usually does the Claymore and then follows up with a running senton. He Claymored AJ.
That's the sick kick.
Fine. He sick kicks AJ and lands on Daniels as a senton. It's just so it's so good. It's so brilliant.
These three are like fucking masters of the craft at this point.
And like Joe just like the running face wash.
Like you could have had this match be like the fucking every pay-per-view for the next like 5 months, and like it would not get like tired.
Yeah, and like I'm trying hard not to give a full play-by-play, but like the moment when AJ's on the apron and Joe kicks his feet out and Daniels immediately runs and does a suicide dive, it's incredible.
Yes.
Or when Daniels is trying to do a Arabian moonsault and AJ catches his legs and and like AJ kicks him from behind and Joe chops him. And then Joe catches Daniels in the Coquina clutch. And I think this was the first time in like years that AJ busts out the Fosbury flop.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Like they even mention it.
Also, I want to mention the camera angle that TNA are using for all these parts when they're diving on the outside or like fighting next to the ropes or whatever. It's so cool because it looks like the wrestler is like diving almost onto the viewer.
And also the camera is low to the ground.
Oh yeah.
Like it's not like it looks like and like the Fosbury, like I love seeing a good Sasuke special,
Hmm.
and Pac has his own version that's like, yeah, but AJ's, I don't know how to explain it. It's just so good.
Like, dude has perfect fucking body control. Like, and like also the fact that like they're in the perfect position for it. It's like it's
Like
the word phenomenal is literally applicable for AJ
like
at all times.
oh my god, the way he forced Daniels to get in position for a poetry in motion, but
Yeah,
land on the outside and then hit a jumping hurricane like head scissors. Oh my! Oh.
Yeah.
these like put these three like the fact that they took this long to strap up AJ is like insane. Like, and I know he had like comedy stuff. Like he was killing it with two like beforehand, but like, god damn man, like
And like,
why was this guy not the world champion for like ages already?
and I'm not gonna go through every callback, but the one that needs special mention is Daniels monkey flipping AJ and AJ landing on Joe.
Yes.
Now, in 2005 when that happened, AJ hit a head scissor and flipped Joe. Here,
Yes.
no, Joe catches him and power bombs him onto Daniels.
Oh my god, yes. That looked so fucking sick.
And then we get, and here's the thing. I'm Joe, I love seeing wrestlers being smart. And when Joe has AJ in the STF and he sees AJ's hand going for the rope, he pulls his hand back and turns it into a crossface.
Mm.
Like, this is the thing that happens when you have, like, okay, what would a smart person do here?
Samoa Joe,
Yeah.
that's the thing he consistently does, though, isn't it? That's, like,
Yeah.
I guess, a common trait of his. And he's just, bro, he's just so sick because he, obviously, his moves on everything, they're quite, legit looking, and he's got just got aura and everything. But also, the fact that he does all this clever stuff, it makes it just feel like he's actually fighting the other guy.
Mm.
Yeah. And now during this point, like, we're getting screw Hulk Hogan chants.
Yeah,
And
like
it's so
those
beautiful.
fans knew. Those fans fucking knew. Everyone still listened to him.
Screw Hulk Hogan. This is wrestling. And one particularly passionate fan shouting, "This is what we want."
Yes! Oh my god! Why were they not listening to these motherfuckers? Actually, never mind. I know the reasons. Good fucking Hulk Hogan's ego and Eric Bischoff.
Well, to be fair, the next few main events, pay-per-view main events after this were AJ versus Daniels 1-on-1,
Yep.
AJ versus Angle, and then AJ versus Joe.
But here's the thing. In that Angle match, they have AJ turn heel and become Ric Flair Jr.
Yes.
And then I think Joe gets super geeked out in that fucking match. I forget.
The point is, forget that because we got Joe slapping the shit out of AJ, and then this head kick. Like, here's the thing: if I actually watch it, it probably doesn't even connect. I don't care. The bump AJ takes off that head kick, and this is actually a reference that I'm happy to say everyone in this chat will get. That's a Curio style head kick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
true.
it doesn't look realistic, but it looks sick, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then I love that he tries to do the exact same thing to Daniels, and Daniels just like says, "Nope, I am smarter than that," and ducks. And that's the thing. Like, these are not three. Like, these people, they each have their own. They each have their own like.
Logic, essentially.
Yeah. Like, AJ is, I'm gonna be the best goddamn wrestler in this ring. Daniels is, I'm going to outthink everybody. And Joe, I'm gonna fucking kill him.
Yeah. And like that's kind of the dynamic you need for like a good freeway or even multi-man match in general. Like have everyone just be thinking way fucking differently from one another.
Now there was a point when AJ hits the flying springboard forearm that would later be known as the Phenomenal Forearm. And I just remember it was always so weird to me when WWE decided to turn that into a finishing move.
Yeah.
Like, it was... Because here's the thing. It was so not a finisher in TNA. The move didn't even have a name.
It was just a diving forearm.
Yeah.
Like he literally had a t-shirt once that had his silhouette in midair, and it would just said "The Flying Forearm."
That's fucking awesome.
But
that movie is
you know what?
sick,
Yes. I love it. It's just that was my concern at the time was I just didn't want you to not do the Styles Clash. That's not the point. The point is Joe takes Styles for a carnival ride.
What?
Because he
gets the rolling pin.
Oh yeah.
And then what I thought was an excellent touch is Styles is clearly dizzy as fuck, but Joe comes running at him, and so what does Styles do? Spitting back kick.
Oh god, yeah, he does fucking this black mass.
Well, and here's the thing.
It was like a spinning crescent kick.
Oh right, sorry. I mean X-Pac actually, yeah, X-Pac style.
And here's the thing. It's not a matter of saying he no-sold, because you can't no-sell being dizzy.
True.
I mean, you could, but not very successfully. So, because we saw him rolling around, so clearly it was just a very nice moment, I thought. But I do enjoy, there was a nice moment where Styles sets up Daniels for what seems to be the Angel's wings, but Daniels rolls through and starts setting up what he thinks is going to be the Styles Clash, but he can't really get it. And because he can't really get it, it's enough time for Joe to super kick Daniels, causing Styles to grab the pin. And then, Joe deciding to kill them both. Joe is just, that's the thing. Part of me did not believe that, part of me did not really believe that he was going to, and you know what, I do want to take a special note to say there was a moment that I did gloss over. I did really like when Styles and Daniels did their old high-low tag move.
Oh, yeah.
And I like that Mike Tenay made a point of saying this is a move they did as a tag team. Because it was more than just, hey, help me do this suplex. No, this is the equivalent of, because I was a huge follower of them as a tag team when they were a tag team when I started watching TNA. This would be the equivalent of I'm trying not to compare them to an Edge and Christian or a Hardy's or a Dudley's because they weren't that solid, but
just the instinct kicked in.
Yeah. It wasn't just a simple matter of, hey, help me do this double suplex. No, it's like if Matt and Jeff feuded for years, and then one match, they just did the poetry in motion.
Yeah.
It was a move that actually meant something. And I like that they took a second to acknowledge it. They're like, you know what? Fair play. They do their little handshake. And yeah, Daniels immediately goes for the cheap shot. But Styles...
I guess you could say if the Shield do the powerbomb thing, I guess.
Yes!
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Exactly. Except without Rollins being a tool and trying to force the fist bump.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
But yeah, so Styles and Nails get to the top rope. Joe chops Styles off, goes for the muscle buster on Daniels. Daniels slips out, hits an STO, and he goes for the BME, best moonsault ever. He hits it.
He hits it. Yeah.
He hits it. Except as soon as he hits it, Styles is already halfway up onto the rope to do his springboard 450. He lands, smashes Daniels in the back,
Double knees to the
pins Joe.
Knees to the back. Yeah.
Knees to the back, pins Joe, and AJ Styles retains the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
Great fucking finish.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it was an amazing finish. Here's the thing. I don't know if I liked this more than the Unbreakable match or not.
I would have to rewatch the Unbreakable match because it's been a long
like-
time.
Like, it's one of those things where, like, the Unbreakable match is so iconic. And it's like... I'm trying to think of, like there's rumblings from the fan base that we're going to get Omega versus Okada at All In.
Oh yeah.
Now, can they top... You know, I'm just going to say the Wrestle Kingdom. I'm not getting into the whole the 2 out of 3 falls or the Dominion
The
matches.
ranking of because everyone has their own rankings,
Yeah.
but
Can they top the Wrestle Kingdom match?
No, the Wrestle Kingdom match was like just a perfect storm.
But what if they did?
I mean, well,
That's the conversation about this match right here. Could they top the Unbreakable match? Everyone said, no, there's no way. But what if they did?
I mean, fair. Like, honestly, I feel like you don't even need to compare it to like Unbreakable. Like, this match is like.
But that's the thing. This entire match. Yes, but the whole point is the entire premise of this match is these three had a legendary three-way match 4 years ago.
True. Oh yeah, I mean fair.
Like that's the entire. That's what. Like yes, there was a whole who was attacking AJ Styles, but no one actually gave a shit about that storyline.
the important thing was the fact that this is the rematch. Well,
yeah. I mean, yeah, that attack angle like is literally like the Deborah side story of like Rock Austin.
Yes, or like when they were going to do Zack Sabre Jr. versus Danielson at Forbidden Door, but then they added, oh yeah, we're doing it because Chris Jericho paid Minoru Suzuki to put a hit on Dan. No, nobody cares. Just give us a fucking match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't happen to Rico Cesaro instead.
But anyway, so that's the thing. That match was incredible and legendary, and I maintain still holds up. So did this match meet it? That's the thing. I don't know, and that's the brilliant part of it. I can tell you it was better than the Ultimate X match and the other like straight up 3-way they had. So it's really between this and Unbreakable. We'll have to see.
And to be honest, if it's unclear, then that means it's good enough, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying.
Like it's too close to call.
It's too. But this was like I picked this match because like I was harsh at the beginning of this show. I was harsh and I said that man, this didn't age well, as far as the whole show goes. And that's the thing. That's why I am so full of the recency bias that you two and the rest of our community shit on me for a lot. Because I see wrestling as a constantly evolving thing. And yes, there are going to be things from 5, 10 decades ago that not only still hold up, but but could arguably be unmatched. Like, will anything ever beat the best of Misawa versus Kobashi? I can't say. But the point is, I think as a whole, wrestling gets better.
It does.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, nowadays, we got Revolution coming up in like a week. And that card, top to bottom, looks phenomenal to me. Yes, I know people have issues. Not getting into that. So, is it really fair for me to be like, this card, the show wasn't... No, it's not. Because at the time, this was one of the best pay-per-views of the decade. And still one of the top pay-per-views in TNA history. And was everything in this top match card top to bottom like blow me away greatness? No. But I had fun. And sometimes it's nice just to have fun.
Yeah, like this is a very fun match, like very fun show even. Like obviously, like again, like the middle, like sort of meh, but like it's not a bad like. There's no really bad matches on the show. Like the main event's incredible. Like exhibition match is super fun. Like even like the some of the weaker matches, like it's just a very fun show. Like
Someone
especially
tried
compared
to
to like
argue
other
with me.
pay-per-views this year.
Yeah, someone tried to argue with me that this was even the best Turning Point in TNA history. They're like, Turning Point 2004 was better. I'm like, you know what? That show had Disco Inferno on the card, so your argument's invalid.
Yeah. Holy fuck. Yeah, I like the show a lot, and it honestly this more than anything this just makes me sad that like the company dies soon. Hulk Hogan ruins everything. He turns AJ Styles into Ric Flair Jr. He has Daniels lose to fucking Val Venus.
Oh my god.
And then
Samoa Joe gets kidnapped by ninjas.
Joe gets kidnapped by ninjas, and then they do fucking nothing with Joe for like the rest of his run, other than like they put him in a team with fucking Magnus.
Hey, that tag team was actually pretty alright.
Was it though?
Yeah. I'm not saying they shouldn't have pushed him higher, but no, that tag team was pretty alright.
Oh god. Yeah, they ruin Wolf like immediately. They just don't care about Wolf. Like Angle's fine. Steiner leaves immediately after fucking Hogan comes in because he fucking knows. Lashley leaves immediately.
They turn Sting into a weird paranoid guy, but then he turns out to be right.
Yeah, that Angle fucking is so stupid. Like, just say that fucking they're evil.
Look, we don't have enough time. Like we're at the end of the show. We don't have enough time to go into everything that's wrong with TNA after this point.
Awesome Kong leaves soon because of a fucking racist.
So instead, I'm gonna say, Ali, what are we watching next time?
Okay, so next time we are watching an All Japan Women's show from 1985. So it's a bit different from my previous picks because they always had some sort of historical significance to me personally. This one, I'll be honest, there are some clips from one of the matches doing the rounds on Twitter from a Devil Masami versus Chigusa Nagayo match, and it looks sick. And then I looked at the rest of the card, and it looked sick. And people are saying it's like one of the greatest women's shows of all time and whatever. So yeah, that's what we're watching. New territories being explored. The 1980s and women's wrestling. Let's go.
I've been meaning to watch like some old Jersey anyway. So yeah, I'm very happy.
I was not.
Don't worry.
Dude, you're fucking missing out.
I think you will enjoy it. I think you will enjoy it because it'll be good. Because it is good.
Oh yeah.
New is always better. I feel like I need to specify I'm talking facetiously at this point. Like, I feel like for my own safety.
Don't worry, we know.
And with that is our episode. Thank you very much for listening to us ramble. From Makon, it's from me. It's me.
Also me.
Yeah, also Ali, also Ryan.
Hey.
Thank you very much, and we will catch you fucking whenever we actually record the next episode. Because
hopefully in 2 weeks.
Hopefully this week because we need to get back on schedule. We're super behind on schedule. All right, and goodbye.